How's it going, everybody? You found Nintoonist finally here with top 10 buffed Smash Bros. Characters. How long has it been? 8 months. 8 months. Holy fuck. This has easily been my most requested video by far, and it's taken me this long to make it, and I really apologize for that. Here are the excuses. I had a really busy school semester, because on top of my classes, I also had an internship in which I had multiple responsibilities, but both of those are now finally done, so here I am, finally here, to bring you the top 10 most buffed Super Smash Bros. Characters, brought to you by the opinion of somebody who is not currently and has never been ranked in his region, because his opinion is on the internet, so it really matters. One quick note before we get into the list though, the list pertains to characters who have been buffed massively from one Smash game to another. Meaning that I'm not talking about characters specifically in Smash 4 who have received a major buff within the game, like Mewtwo, like in his patch, because he went from one of the worst characters in the game to one of the best. No, that's not what this list is about. It's specifically about characters who have been buffed from one Smash game to the next one that they were in. So, without any further ado, let's head into the list. I put the Ice Climbers on the lowest spot on this list because, despite their jump from around 7th in Melee to being second only to the most broken character in the history of Smash back in Brawl, is because they themselves weren't buffed that much, but due to changes in mechanics, physics, and various nerfs to other characters, they paved their way through. Let me explain. There is a technique called wobbling in Melee which allows Ice Climbers to be able to infinite you from a grab, meaning if they grab you once and they don't mess up the wobble, you lose a stock. In Brawl, you can't wobble anymore, but they have an infinite chain grab in Brawl, which, when done successfully, kills you off of one grab as well. So Ice Climbers are trying to do the same thing to you in Brawl that they want to in Melee. The things that make Ice Climbers better in Brawl, though, would be the various nerfs to all their counterpick characters from Melee, namely Fox, Peach, and Ganondorf. Fox can't jump cancel his shine anymore, and he also can't gimp Nana as easily. Peach is overall a weaker character than she was in Melee, although she is still a good counter to Ices in Brawl, and Ganondorf in Brawl was now the worst character in the game. So that, on top of the lack of movement options in comparison to Melee, indirectly buffed the Ice Climbers. That and their up air was disjointed as Despite Fox being heavily buffed from 64 to Melee, he's a phenomenal character in both games. It's just that Melee, it not only is easier to jump cancel his shine, the shine comes out on an invincible frame 1 and he can now wave dash. Those properties alone gave him easy gimps with his shine spike, turnaround aerials, shine combos, shine grab, wave shine, infinites because of Pokemon Stadium, spot dodge shine, alright, you get the gist. We've all seen Melee is broken, alright? Honestly, there are way too many things to list that make Fox's buffs from 64 to Melee as prominent as they are, so I'm actually just not gonna list them. Yeah. I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, Fox is on the list twice. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I wish Fox was bad. Not because I have a personal quarrel with the character or anything. I play him in Melee, and I play Luigi in Smash 4, so But more so because Fox has pretty much always been good. I firmly believe he's just an inherently good platform fighter character by design, because in Brawl, he's ranked at 15th out of 38 characters, placing him in the mid-tier, and that's his worst placement in the entire series. He himself isn't even that bad of a character in Brawl, but unfortunately for him, he was placed in the same game as this guy, so nothing you really could do in that game compared. In Smash 4, however, for some damn reason, they decided to break him again. In Smash 4, he has all the things that made him great through his history as a Smash fighter. Great mobility, transcendent projectile, kill power, blah blah blah, fuck, whatever. Also in Smash 4, he has what is called the Fox Vortex, which is when Fox traps you in various scenarios with various ways to start said scenarios into his combo game, which consists of multiple 50-50s and frame traps, which can lead to his opponent eating a ton of damage, if not just dying. On top of that, his down air is a great combo starter that auto-cancels out of a short hop, and he also has a kill setup off stage in his fair to footstool combo. TLDR, Fox got buffed because despite a few changes here and there, some good, some bad, he's overall a better character due to the new things they gave him. I decided to include Donkey Kong and Bowser into one slot for this list because DK and Bowser are the same character, don't at me. But anyway, I decided to include them both because both of their respective buffs mainly came down to one thing. That thing obviously being their kill confirms off of grabs. But putting the ding dong in the shell shock, which is what Bowser's up throw up air should be called, again, don't at me, there are other factors that contributed to their buffs as well. The biggest, in my opinion, would probably be the removal of chain grabbing, as DK and Bowser are super heavyweights with very large bodies, which made them both very susceptible to getting chain grabbed in Brawl, especially considering how prominent chain grabbing was in that game. On top of that, there was the removal of edge hogging, which made DK's and Bowser's very linear recoveries that much better as well. And on top of that, Bowser now has the ability to mash on his up B to gain height with it. Bowser and DK still don't crack the top half of this list though, because they still suffer from most of the usual downsides super heavyweights suffer from, such as being combo food and their large hurt boxes. Nevertheless, both characters were blessed with substantial buffs, leading them to finally have a more prominent place in the metagame after years of being bad. People like to make fun of Luigi for mediocrity. Nintendo does it all the time. They also like to make fun of Brawl for mediocrity. However, both of these statements, in my opinion at least, are wrong. Luigi wasn't that good in Brawl because they took away wave dashing, which was his saving grace in Melee and his best movement option, and the general slower pace of the game making his already poor and exploitable movement speed that much more poor and exploitable. And on top of that, he also had some of the worst range in the game. They made him better initially in Smash 4 by making him fucking broken, because pre-patch Luigi only had to grab you like 3 times and he killed you because he had the best combo game as well as a kill confirm from the same throw. Now though, he's still a very good character because he has fantastic frame data and some of the best combo potential out of his grab, faster ground speed and attacks as well as a much better projectile in his fireball, and lest we ever forget, the Drano. Like almost every great Melee character, Sheik was heavily nerfed in the transition from Melee to Brawl. They took away almost everything that made her a good character, probably the biggest being her kill power. In Smash 4, her biggest, if not her only real weakness is the same, lack of kill power, albeit not as much as Brawl. On top of a changed engine and various changed and new mechanics, Sheik's buffs make her one of Smash Bros. Most buffed characters. Due to her excellent frame data, fantastic combo game, improved grab game, and her good ranged projectile and needles, she has a very oppressive neutral game that is extremely hard for a lot of characters to contest with. Her KO power, although arguably still lacking compared to most other top tiers, is quite good, with her new down B Bouncing Fish having a sizable hitbox and high knockback scaling. And on top of that, she also has her new up air as well, which is quite strong. Her up B, while not only stronger in this game due to various reasons such as rage and the lack of hit stun cancelling, travels much larger distance which, on top of the fact that edge hogging is no longer a thing in Smash 4, greatly aided Sheik as a character as well. This is where the list really starts to take a little bit of a dive. Get it? Because Falcon has the Falcon dive move. Fuck it. Falcon was one of the most obvious contenders for this list, as he came from being a bottom 5 character in Brawl to being almost universally considered high tier in Smash 4. Besides being one of the basically 30 plus other characters in Brawl to suffer from what I can only call meta-nitis, Brawl Falcon had several bad traits such as his severely nerfed kill power and combo game, and his horrible hitbox placements such as the Knee of Justice, both of which made it pretty hard for him to kill and approach, respectively. On top of that, the new mechanics in Brawl hit him pretty hard too, with the ability to act out of hit stun hurting his combo game, chain grabbing's prominence hurting his disadvantage state as he had a really large body and was therefore pretty susceptible to it, and he had the same old predictable recovery he's always had, blah blah blah, the list goes on and on. In Smash 4, however, things took a fairly big 180 for the fan favorite. Hit stun cancelling was removed, so Falcon's famous combo game has been restored, with his up air reliably linking into itself among many other attacks. The raw, faster speed of the game among the other changed mechanics made it so Falcon's famous speed and power became even deadlier, with his dash grab and his kill power respectively being some of the highest in the game. And one of the most deadly moves would be his up air. Fucking up air. This move is positive on shield and links reliably into his knee, which on top of rage received large buffs on its own as well, making it an insanely strong kill move that combos out of an aerial with next to no landing lag. This made Captain Falcon one of Smash Bros.' most buffed characters. Now, Mewtwo actually received one of the heaviest nerfs in Smash history, with him being a low tier in Melee to not even being in Brawl! Oh. Oh man. That's a YouTube comment joke right there. Anyway, Mewtwo actually did sort of receive a nerf, as when Mewtwo first came out in Smash 4, he was awful. Easily one of the worst characters in the game. Then patches 1.1.3 and 1.1.5 came around, and this character just shot his way up to glory. In Melee, like in Smash 4, he is large and lightweight. But it was more detrimental to him in that game due to the larger hit stun and combo heavy characters such as the space animals being so dominant in the metagame. Also, like half of its moves were also pretty weak and or didn't really have much range, which made his offensive game pretty weak. Then Smash 4 came around and every bad thing you thought you knew about Mewtwo, right into the garbage. His mobility? Buffed. His overall ground speed was drastically improved, as well as him now having the ability to wall jump. His combo game and moveset? Buffed. His tilts are all quite fast with impressive range. His aerial attacks, upon Mewtwo just having great airspeed, were also very fast. His kill power? Buffed. He has one of the best up throws in the game, killing off the top at good percentages regardless of which direction you DI, and his back throw being a reliable kill throw as well. And on top of his throws, his forward air is a frame 6 kill move that combos into itself at low percents. And finally, his special move, say it with me kids, buffed. Fully charged Shadow Ball is now huge. Among being faster and more reliable, Confusion now reflects projectiles instead of just deflecting them like in Melee, as well as giving him a large horizontal and vertical boost in the air, and Disable, his down B, now having a larger stun duration, as well as being able to be comboed out of his footstool.
Getting scooped up off of that.
Oh my lord! Jesus! Good lord!
Stop this man!
Seem like a lot? That's cause it is, because he barely had any of this stuff in Melee. What he did carry over from Melee would be his large size and light weight, which is not a good combination of traits to have as a character. The way I see it though, his pros very much outweigh his cons, making Mewtwo one of Smash's most buffed characters. Sonic, despite being a mid to low tier in Brawl, had some pretty good strengths in that game. His mobility was still fantastic, and his overall speed was still second to no one. Literally, second to no one. He was the fastest character in the game. However, his kill power was terrible, and his moveset was rather weak, with a lot of moves either not being able to kill or just having bad range. Like most characters in Brawl, his strengths didn't really matter that much as he was outclassed by the top tiers, or top tier, I should say. Then in comes the rage. No, stop. Not that kind of rage. I'm talking about the Smash 4 mechanic. Sonic, like most of the game's returning characters, benefited from the changed mechanics from Brawl to Smash 4, with arguably Sonic's biggest problem, that is his KO power, being buffed not only due to rage, but his overall moveset receiving a utility overhaul as well, with his side and down Bs now linking into his aerials even more reliably than they did in Brawl. Sonic basically just retained all of his good attributes from Brawl and just got rid of the bad ones, resulting in a top tier character, one who has been prominent in Smash 4's metagame for years. Until DLC came in and ruined it, but that's a story for another time. And now the #1 most buffed Super Smash Bros. Character in history? He's a #1. Mario, in my opinion, is the most buffed Smash character. At least from one game to the next. In Brawl, he was ranked 31st out of 38 characters, at the very top of bottom tier. A position I like to call the cream of the crop. He had a couple good traits in Brawl, such as a decent combo game and good specials, but he inherited all of his problems from Melee and more. His range is terrible because Mario's short and stubby, he sucks at KOing, and his recovery was abysmal and easily exploitable offstage. Mario's reputation of being designed as the balanced or standard character in Smash not only didn't mesh with Brawl's horrible game balance in terms of the cast, but it didn't work well with its mechanics either, leading Mario to be a bottom 10 character in the game. 6 years later, a game called Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U came out, and I honestly don't even know where to begin. Literally everything about Mario, besides his lack of range, was heavily buffed. So much to the point where he not only became a top tier from being a bottom tier, but he became one of the most common characters in the history of Smash 4. His frame data is amazing, most of his moves come out and end super fast. His combo game is amazing because his down throw combos perfectly into repeated up tilts, which then links into his up air and then his up B as his bread and butter combo, which on tons of characters takes them from 0 to 60%, sometimes even to 80% depending on the stage and the character. And his specials are all amazing, with Fireball being a great disruptor and movement option, Cape being more useful against camping, Super Jump Punch covering much more distance as well as losing its initial drop in height, and Flood now being amazing, not only for edge guarding, but also for regaining stage control. As if his moveset wasn't enough, Mario's airspeed was drastically buffed, which made his original meh recovery that much stronger, as well as vastly improving his combo game. The best part though, about all of this, is that Mario, ever since Smash 4's launch, has remained relatively unchanged. It's like they basically considered him on the same level of Jigglypuff, like, oh, Mario doesn't need any changes, and neither does Puff, right? Sakurai's a funny egg. Mario went from being one of the worst characters in Brawl to one of the best in Smash 4, almost in the same relative position he was before, just on the other end of the spectrum. Therefore, he is, in my opinion, Smash Bros.' most buffed character. And there you have it, folks. These are my top 10 most buffed Super Smash Bros. Characters spread across all 4 games. Before we go though, I'd like to take this opportunity to once again apologize for not posting in so long. As I said at the beginning of this video, on top of my schoolwork, I also had an internship that bore a lot of responsibilities during the internship. I actually still have some to finish up now that I mention it, but I literally had no time to make videos at all, let alone ones as in-depth and as time-consuming to make as my top 10 lists are. And that's why pretty much all you've seen from me for the past couple of months were, like, sporadic memes. Like the Drake and Josh video I made, I had to make at least one of those memes before it died. I literally spent, like, I think an hour or two once just scrolling through them. I'm a mess. I'm gonna be real with you. Either way though, last semester was the busiest I have ever been in my life, and I literally just had no time for videos, but I am now on summer break until September, which means there are gonna be lots more videos once I come up with some ideas for new videos and get people to make new videos with, as well as more streams. I'm trying to legitimize my stream again, as I'm now a Twitch affiliate, which means you can now sub to me, but people aren't gonna sub to me unless I stream, so I'm trying to stream at least 3 times a week. I probably came up with a schedule at this point, and if it is, that's gonna be down in the description, along with my Twitch link, and if not, then I will come up with it as soon as I can. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So be sure to like this video if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below listing your top 10 most buff Smash characters, or if you agree or disagree with me, or if you want me to kill myself, just let me know. Type that down in the comments below. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe. I'm really, really close to 5K. I can almost taste it. I want to be Mr. 5K, just like Mango. I want to be like Daddy Mango. Please, please. Let me be like Mango. Let me be like Mango, please. Maybe if I have 5K subs like him, I'll be good at Smash. Please, please. Please.